So the UK is having an election. When is it? I'm about to find out. It's on the 4th of July. That's strategic anti-American play there. I respect that, honestly. That's great. Every single country in the world should have an election on the 4th of July every year, just to make it so that Americans get drowned out and shouted down by the news. So, on the 4th of July, there is an election in the United Kingdom, which shouldn't exist, but does exist nonetheless. And it's between a hereditary billionaire, who is a Tory, and no one even knows who the fuck this guy is, honestly. Generic, bespectacled, white British man, who is also a Tory, but red. And if you want to debate with me whether or not he is a Tory, well, here's a picture of him. The first random picture I just happened to click. Here he is, standing in front of a fucking podium with the fucking UK flag on it and border security written on it. What's the difference between him and the fucking Tories? I don't fucking know. Border security, that's their thing. Like, both parties are fighting to be like the anti-fucking refugee, anti-immigration fucking scare tactic mongering party now. And this is all because of Tony fucking Blair. He did this. Tony Blair basically went and said, back in the day, all right, chaps, I'd love to eventually become a war criminal. And also, we're going to take all of the issues that the Tories count as their own, and instead of opposing them, we're going to say that we can do better than them on those issues. And the result of that is this fucking guy, Tony Blair 2.0. Oh no, there's already been numerous Tony Blair 2.0s. Tony Blair fucking cloned in a vat, like the shitty Tony Blair clone. Just even shittier than Tony Blair. Well, he hasn't done a war yet. No, Israel. He's gonna support Israel, so that counts. So basically, Labour's election strategy is to be like, you see those guys? They're racist. They hate trans people. They hate gay people. They hate healthcare. They hate welfare. They hate basically all of the few good things that our country has for at least the people who live there. We hate them too. Actually, we hate them better than they do. And what's the result? Well, the result is that the election polls show Labour winning literally, like, honestly, the most devastating election victory I would have ever seen in my life in any country. Like, the biggest swing ever. Conservatives, the Tories losing so many seats to the new Tories in Labour that party basically would be eliminated, historically eliminated as a major force. The two-party system destroyed and replaced with a fucking one-party system. More than 300 seat swing to Labour and the Liberal Democrats. Like, this would leave the Conservatives with the same amount of seats as the Liberal fucking Democrats. Like, the Australian equivalent of this, for example, if you're from Australia, which you probably aren't, or like the American equivalent of this would be like the Libertarians getting the same amount of votes as the Republicans in a presidential election. It is insane how well just being the Tories, but like better, which is the Tories but better, is good if you're a Tory voter. It's worse for like basically actual human beings and everything that matters. Worse for outcomes, better to win votes. The fact that it works is such an indictment of what the UK is, and the fact that it is unrecoverable. Regardless of how many like fat, bald, white British blokes go on TV and wave a Palestinian flag before a football game, like, hey, free Palestine! Free Palestine! I have never seen anything as indicative, as proving how much of a failure the UK is, that an election platform of where the Tories but better is working. And this is like the best that I've ever seen any election platform work. Now, I'm sure it's mostly not due to that election platform being that great. I'm sure most of it is just because the Conservatives have governed for a very long time now, and they've been shit as fuck the whole time. But still, this is an insane swing. Basically, the future of Britain is we hate migrants, we hate non-white people as usual, we hate trans people, we hate gay people, massive austerity to everything, support Israel forever, support the USA and whatever they do forever. And yeah, as opposed to like 5 or 6 years ago where there was some sort of level of hope for UK politics getting better, the destruction of Jeremy Corbyn by every single possible slimy right-wing strategy imaginable has ensured that that goal has been set back to the point where it basically doesn't exist as anything that could reasonably happen in the future. But the Conservatives being turned into a minor party is nonetheless very funny, and I very much support that. But them being replaced with the Labour Conservative Party is probably not going to be much better, if at all any better. So yeah, there is my UK election take. As someone who knows nothing about the UK and would rather not know anything about it, if I could get lobotomized, specifically in the part of my brain that knows things about the UK, that knows of its existence, I would do so. That would be so soothing. But unfortunately, reality bites, and I do know what it is, I do know about it, and I just have to live with that fact. That horrible, horrible, disturbing fact that I will never be able to shake. The existential dread of knowing what the UK is.